This is the KoperCrabb Podcast.
I'm Cheney Crab.
I am Navene Copperweiss.
If you're listening, you probably know that we are in a metal band. Navene is a drummer, and I am a vocalist. And we're going on tour beginning next week with Archspire, Inferi, and Vulvodynia. The name of our band is Entheos. All right, so the tour starts April 13th in Seattle, April 14th, Portland, April 15th, Santa Cruz. Sorry if you haven't bought a ticket yet. You're fucked. SOL, because it's sold out.
Yeah, a lot of these, well, some of the shows have sold out.
Yeah. April 16th, Los Angeles at 1720. April 17th, San Diego, Brick by Brick. April 18th, Mesa. April 19th, Albuquerque, New Mexico at Launchpad. April 20th, Denver. 420 in Denver. Get your tickets to that. They're almost sold out.
They're going to be doing grass.
Lots of dabs and grass, whatever the kids are doing nowadays.
Tobacco water pipes.
That's right. That's what you have to call them in Tennessee. April 21st, Lawrence. April 22nd, Haltom City, Texas, which is right outside of Dallas. So for everyone who keeps messaging us and commenting that we're not playing in Dallas, Haltom is a suburb of Dallas. You should probably learn about it if you live there.
True that.
Just throwing that out there. Then we're in Austin on April 23rd, the 24th in Houston, 26th, Winter Park, Florida at the Haven, which was the last time we played at this venue was one of the craziest shows we've ever played.
Super sick show. I'm looking forward to that again.
Tickets are low. That's going to sell out. April 27th, Atlanta at the Masquerade. April 28th in Spartanburg, South Carolina. The 29th in Richmond, Virginia. 30th in Baltimore. And that is sold out. So you're SOL on that one. May 1st in Brooklyn. That show just got upgraded. I don't know the name of the venue. Is it Kingsland?
No, that was where it was.
It got upgraded. I don't have the current date, but check that out because Kingsland sold out.
I think that's where it was going to be, and then
it
doesn't
upgraded.
Say the new venue?
No, fuck.
Oh, okay.
I forgot to write it down. May 2nd in Quebec. Low tickets. May 3rd, Montreal, almost sold out. May 4th in Ottawa.
Low T.
The 5th in Toronto. 6th in Hamtramck, Michigan. And I know that show was pretty close to sold out a while ago at the Sanctuary, owned by Max Lang, who I grew up in the scene with in Des Moines, or in Iowa. May 7th, Chicago. Cobra Lounge is sold out. May 9th, Winnipeg. May 10th, Regina, Saskatchewan. May 11th in Edmonton, Alberta, almost sold out. May 12th in Calgary. 13th in Kelowna, BC. And the tour ends on May 14th in Vancouver. And then we have a probably 50-hour drive home.
There you go. There you have it. That's what Cheney and myself are doing for the next month or so.
Today, we're actually spending the last hour of alone time that we have because our band gets into town in 1 hour.
Literally an hour.
So we're spending the last alone time that we have doing a podcast because we love it.
That's correct. Yeah. So we've had quite a lot of stuff going on at the house, as usual.
Yeah.
But I'm proud to say the studio is up and running.
Dude, do you have a clap button over there?
I don't think so. And I wouldn't even be able to find it if I did.
Do something else. There needs to be a celebration cheer.
No.
There's nothing.
No. I did
that
like
is
these.
The parties here.
I need some new freaking drops.
Yeah, I know.
Dude.
You also need to remember where they're at.
I know.
We'll work on it. We've been so fucking busy since we came here. It's a miracle that we're doing a podcast because you guys
keep making excuses for why the podcast sucks. So I don't know. That's just is what it is. I
read a comment from a guy that said that something about how our podcast, we don't there aren't a lot of he wishes he could like the podcast more, but we don't
because we're all over the place.
Sometimes we talk about Chipotle for too long, I think he said.
Yeah, he's not into the
which you don't get it, man. Then you don't get it.
I mean, it just is what it is. It's not like our podcast is not this amazing, informative, life-changing podcast.
I don't know. It could be. I think there's some aspects of it that's life-changing, and there's some aspects of it where we just want to bullshit. Which that's what it's for. It's our podcast.
Yeah, it's just we're hanging out and
I'm
talking
just kidding. I
kind
don't
of
care.
like we normally do most all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
And then so you're going to have a lot of BS. And then every once in a while you'll have a thing that's useful in there.
That's what life is all about, the yin and the yang.
True, the
right?
push and the pull.
You know, you gotta have a little bit of everything to appreciate the other stuff. You gotta have the bad to appreciate the good. So you gotta have the...
Do you though? Because I like...
You gotta hear us
good.
talk about what we eat for 30 minutes if you want to hear us talk about the important stuff.
That's how we get lubed up. Yeah, that's how we get warmed up to get to that good, important stuff.
Straight up. All that sour cream from the Mexican restaurant lubes us up to talk about better stuff.
But for real, so for the first time in what, years, 2 years, 3 years? I don't
3
even know
years.
anymore.
We're verging on 3 years. The last time we played a show was in August of 2019.
That's pretty amazing because
in Iowa.
I just sat down cold and just tried to play the set, including 2 new songs, which I've never even played before, apart from at the recording studio.
Yeah. Though, honestly, every time we play those 2 new songs, we do a better job about it.
Yeah. But I got to say, it's like taking it out of me.
Yeah.
Playing a set. Because I'm used to playing for like... First of all, I'm used to playing like for 15 minutes and just kind of doing whatever I feel like. And then
just making a video.
Making a video of it. So, but that, you're not really being like pushed, you know? You don't like have to play these parts that are sort of harder and play a whole song or forget about a whole song, a whole freaking set.
Yeah. And this is the longest set we've ever played. I mean,
yeah.
We have often had 45-minute slots, which is what we have on this tour, but we haven't always taken advantage of the full 45.
We'll be like, we'll just do 39. And
this time I think we're playing a straight up like 44-minute set.
Yeah. It's packed.
Yeah.
Jam-packed. It's a great
and
set
it's fast.
too, by the way. Yeah, it's a good one.
It's my favorite set that we've ever played. It covers all of the stuff that we've written, and, you know, we've got a couple of new songs, which are my fucking favorite to play. They're so fun.
Yeah, I'm definitely loving the set. But I will say, so we've been trying to get a little more fit, back into our fitness. So we're like hitting the gym and then playing the set like, I don't know, a bunch of times a day.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, dude.
Takes it out of you.
It's taking it out of me. Right now, I'm like, I want to freaking just lay down.
Dude, me too. And
That's
it's like, what did we say what time it is? It's like 11 at night.
Yeah, it's 11.
And we've been, you know, it's just the endless, there's all of this stuff to get ready before you go on tour. So it's been like a huge, we've been just busy.
I guess that's kind of something worth talking about. What do you do to get ready for a tour?
Yeah, so I think we've kind of talked about it before, but down to specifics to get ready to go on a tour, one of the things that plans depend on is whether or not your band lives in the same place that you live. So for us...
These days, it seems like they never do.
Yeah, rarely. Rarely do all members live in one place.
Right.
So ours do not. So, you know, we had to book plane tickets a month ago, 2 months ago. So that's
should we
the
talk
first
about
thing.
Who's doing the tour this?
Yeah, because I think we'll actually announce this through the band today when the podcast comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we have 2 sick guitar players playing for us on the tour.
Sick. We decided to bring 2 guitarists.
Yeah.
Because 1 is not enough.
No, we want to sound super heavy live. We want 2 guitar players, and ideally it'd be a bass player, but Evan can't tour at the moment.
Yeah, so we're not really trying to find a fill-in or replacement or whatever for Evan anymore, because it just doesn't really work out.
Yeah.
And
we like playing with Evan. You know, he does have a behind the scenes part in the band.
Yeah, of course.
And he obviously is on the the new album. And I think we'll probably talk about that, you know, through the band officially today, which is silly because we've been talking about it forever, but we'll like post it on the band Facebook along with the live members.
We talk about it on the podcast a lot?
Yeah. So, I mean, just to like clear up what's going on with our band and who's playing live, because we always want to be like honest about the whole situation. Transparent. That's been a thing that we like to do.
Yeah.
So Evan's playing on the record. He's a studio member of the band. I mean, that he always has been. Yep. And live, we're bringing 2 guitar players.
We've never not recorded with him.
Except for Dust.
Oh, that's true.
Which you did the bass too. We've never found another person, and that was kind of out of circumstance.
Probably should have just had him do that too.
Yeah. But so we're bringing with us Robbie Brown, who he played live with Slaughter to Prevail.
That's X King of Shred X.
That's King of Instagram. Shred. The King of Shred is coming with us.
Yeah, he's super sick. We met him on tour.
Yeah, we met him when we were opening for Whitechapel.
He was playing in So This Is Suffering.
Yeah.
So, but cool dude, and was super fired up about playing guitar for us. Actually hit us up. He hit you and me up.
Yeah.
Just didn't even know that we had anything booked or anything. And was just like, let me play guitar for you guys.
Totally.
And
I dig that. If you guys are trying to play in a band, put the fucking pressure on.
That's what
Be
I'm
like,
saying.
Hey, I'm trying to play with you. Because you know what? It's really, I'm not going to say that it's super hard to find members for your band. Well, first of all, it's hard to keep members when you're in a metal band of any kind or just a band of any kind. I think it's very hard to keep a group of 5 people together or 4 people.
Especially when you're just like crazy tyrants like me and Cheney.
Yeah. When you're just really mean.
Yeah, mean.
But it's not hard to find people, but I do think that the challenge becomes finding people who are super fired up about going on tour.
Yeah.
And
that's a hard one for sure.
It really is. No matter how stoked someone thinks they are on touring, what I like about Robbie is that he's been on hella tours and he wants to be a guitar player.
Yeah.
And not everyone has that quality going for them. The other person that we have on guitar is Brian James, who is in Fallujah. And Brian is a fucking also super sick guitar player. He's taken a lot of our leads and done like cool new things to our solos. I was going to say jazzy.
Yeah, he's also really sick. I didn't really know him very much, but we bumped into each other at the BT BAM show a few months back.
Yeah, in August. That was the first show that we went to. Yeah,
and then it was kind of weird with him because I bumped into him and kind of just talked to him that night. And then I was kind of like to Cheney, like, that guy's pretty cool. I like that guy.
Yeah, he's rad.
And I just planted that seed, I was like, hey, man, I got a crazy idea. We're doing a tour pretty soon. You should come with. And I don't think he was really looking to do a tour or join a band or anything.
No.
But, once I planted that seed,
right.
It just started to sprout. And then after, I think I just casually mentioned it to him, and that was it. I'm not going to sit there and beg anybody.
Totally.
And then after...
not ideal.
I think after like a month, he hit me back and was like, yeah, I want to do it.
Yeah. So what I was kind of getting at is that I dig when people, like, if you are interested in playing in a band, go for it. Hit them up. And know how to play their stuff when you hit them up. And be like, yo, I want to play your stuff. I can do this.
Hit them up and send them a video of you
playing. Send them a video of you just ripping. And have it be like a one angle video so you can prove that you're actually good at playing and that you can rip the set or the song at least.
Yeah.
Because people are looking for band members all the time. And I think that's a quality that I'm actually looking for in people because like I said, it's not always easy to find someone who is super like trying to do this.
Trying to do it, man.
Because it's hard to be a touring musician of any kind, no matter what level you're at.
Select few.
It really is. It takes a certain type.
I'm somehow still around. I don't know how that worked out, but I kind of do.
We must be psychos.
Yeah.
Wow.
If there's nobody, if you look around and no one's crazy, you're the crazy one.
I think so. We've figured it out. We're the crazy ones.
Yeah, but we're still doing it. And
hell yeah, we are.
For me personally, it's great to have some people that are super fired up about going out. And Brian and Rob already got together and jammed a bit.
Yeah, they've been playing together.
That was another thing that I thought was really cool. They don't even live near one another. King of Shred booked a plane on his own dime. Yeah. Went out there and jammed.
Yeah, Rob lives in Vegas and Brian lives in Sacramento. So stoked to play with them. They really, honestly, I've been fired up because of them. Like Navene and I have been practicing together. My parents came and visited, and right after they left, I think last Wednesday or Thursday, we've been playing the set constantly every single day.
So it's been since Thursday. All right, so it's been since Thursday that we've been practicing?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like that long. But yeah, it gets better every day.
Totally. And I'm so stoked to go and play some shows. Like we were just saying, the tour's hype. A lot of shows are going to sell out. Buy tickets. Come and see us play. Buy some merch. Support all the bands. I know this is I think this is Inferi's first tour back in Archspires. And I don't really know Vulvodynia. Maybe they've played some stuff. I think they're from South Africa.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But yeah, it's all of us. We're coming back from this crazy pandemic thing that's been happening for the past couple of years, and we're just ready to play some shows. Rip.
I know. I can't believe it. It's been like... What's funny is we started the podcast in the pandemic. Yeah. We haven't done a podcast since we haven't done a tour since we started the podcast.
No, we haven't.
Which is really weird.
I know. And I'm excited to see how the podcast does on the road. I know it's going to be hard for us to do episodes, but since I'm not doing merch, I think we'll have a little bit easier of a time.
We will probably rationalize not doing it.
I don't think we should. But if you guys buy merch, go and say hi to our merch dude, Sam, who's going to be back there ripping.
We'll be hanging.
Don't get too close to him and get him sick because we have to take a negative COVID test to get into the Canadian border.
True.
So do not cough in Sam's face. Or mine.
Cough into your sleeve, damn it.
Drink a little beer with me.
There we go.
Or give me some weed.
A little beer, like a little...
Yeah, I'll take a mini one. I'll take a miniature one. Just a little... beer. I'm thinking like a little shot of beer.
Oh, speaking of beers, we went on one of these like silly hay wagon rides.
Oh, yeah. I had so much fucking fun on that. It's like called the Tractor or something. We're going to do it again when we get back because my best friend is coming to visit.
Yeah, so here, like the tourists and the bridesmaids, they get on these, it's like a big tractor and it pulls a trailer or something. And you're in there and you're just like partying and it like drives downtown Nashville and stuff.
Oh, it's so fun. And
it was actually pretty fun.
There's a like person who DJs the entire time and they're kind of like, they work for the company, but they're riling the party up. So they're like, come on, fuckers. You know, they're saying crazy shit.
Oh, your boy shotgunned a beer.
Yeah, Navene shotgunned a beer. He still got it.
I still got it. And your dad said that everyone else was like, they didn't kill it as much as me. Like mine was like actually empty. Like he said that the DJ like grabbed mine and was like, whoa, okay.
Oh yeah, my dad.
The other guys were like a little full. However, that night I had a rough night. So... nothing to brag about.
Yeah, you did. Navene was, I don't want to say where he fell asleep, but he was praying to the porcelain gods that night.
Yeah, it was a bad time.
You and my dad actually both had a rough time that night, but
yeah, the men were...
We got you home. The
men were not having a great night.
No. I mean, it was funny for me.
If I do a shot, that's it. Like
see, my little sister, she likes to do shots of tequila, and she can... do them apparently because I think when you're in your 20s there's like I remember myself doing like 13 shots of tequila one night.
Good Lord.
But I was like vomiting all over myself. It wasn't cute.
The one when I was shot 21 sent me over the edge.
This was a long time ago before I was a distinguished woman.
True.
Now I'm classy.
Yeah, you got glasses.
So when my sister I got glasses. I'm just classy. Earrings. So when my sister bought 3 shots of tequila, one for Navene and one for myself and herself. Navene and my sister both took a shot of tequila and I threw mine on the ground.
That was smart because mine wound up probably in the ground anyway.
It went
back up.
It ended up on the ground through, I was like trajectory. No, trajectory is not the right word. Through vomit missile.
Projectile vomiting.
Projectile. So, yep, that's how that went. And that was a lot of fun, though. So, if you come to Nashville, go do a fucking tractor ride because that's a lot of fun.
Although people who live here probably think that it's, or that are from here, probably think that it's like a complete nonsense.
Well, no one here knows anything about Broadway.
Yeah, because they haven't even been there.
Yeah, I got my hair done last week because we're going on tour. So I got to go get my hair and my nails. You know, it's a whole process.
Oh, of course. It's me too. If you didn't notice.
Your hair does look good, your beard. But
Secret
so I was talking
oil.
to the girl who was doing my hair. And her and the girl in the chair next to her are like best friends. And they're 22. And they were telling me, they were talking about their birthdays, their 22nd birthdays coming up or whatever. And I was like, you guys should go to Broadway because they said they've never been. And they're from Gallatin.
Wow.
Or no, they're from Goodlettsville and they've never been to Broadway. So the people here, I think they hear...
It's like a 10-minute, 15-minute drive.
Well, I think they hear bad things about Broadway.
That
and
makes
they
sense.
just never want to go.
That makes sense.
But to me, it's like, I don't know, Broadway is... It is touristy, but it's not the most touristy place I've been. Like, to me, the most touristy places are Vegas and Miami.
It's sort of like Vegas.
It is sort of like Vegas. My dad was like,
this is more fun than Vegas.
It is sort of like Vegas, but like on the Strip, Vegas feels kind of manufactured.
Yeah.
You know, Miami has that same feeling on the beach. And it's like, I don't enjoy really being a tourist in those places because I feel like I'm in a place that's been manufactured for people to come and be like capitalists.
I mean, that's what Broadway is for sure. You're kind of explaining it. But I think it has a bit more of a history.
Did I say the right word? I don't know.
I think you meant consumers.
I meant consumers. Sorry. The glasses,
You start getting
everyone
all intellectual.
The glasses are shooting words at me and I just don't know what they mean. So I'm trying to get them all out at once.
Like they're streaming across the bottom.
Because I'm an intellectual.
That's true. You're an academic.
Yeah.
Not me.
Harvard grad.
Not your boy.
No.
I'm not a big school guy. It's not my thing.
That's why you don't wear glasses.
That's why I've got good eyesight.
Because you didn't have to read all those books in college.
I did not have to strain my eyes on anything that I didn't want to. Just my phone. By the way.
Oh, you haven't shared the big news, Navene.
Yeah, looks like
you need a big news. Let's get a big news.
I don't have any.
Throw
drops.
one.
Okay.
Big news drop. Big news coming. Big news.
It looks like your boy NK is back on.
Dude, the way you said that. It looks like your boy.
It looks like I've got an iPhone 12 mini.
It does look like that.
It looks like the flip phone has not been turned on in a week. So I decided, going on tour.
We went over. Did you notice that when we went over to Evan's, his daughter was bummed that you didn't bring the phone?
Yeah, because she likes to play with the phone.
She was like, she brought up your phone.
She was like, you got your phone?
Yeah. She didn't know that you switched.
And then I was like, no, I got one of these. And she's like, she kind of knows those are like out of bounds.
Yeah, she doesn't like them.
Well, she probably
can't
hasn't been able to use one. So she knew that was out of bounds. She's like,
yeah,
she's like, oh. And I was like, I'll bring it for you next time to play with. But.
And she was like, Mabine.
Yeah. But
how dare you?
An iPhone 12 mini. And this thing, let me tell you what, after using a flip phone for 5 months or whatever, it's legendary. It's freaking legendary, dude.
I wish that someone would go and splice all the times you've talked about your flip phone and how superior it is, and now get this.
No. If you were to go back and listen, you would hear me say that smartphones are too good, and that's why I don't want to use one.
True.
I said that it was akin to heroin, which is probably a good thing. If you do heroin, it probably feels really good.
Yeah.
So I never said that they were not cool. So they're too cool.
Yeah, you did. You're right.
And I'm addicted to it.
Yeah.
However, they're really cool. And I'm not about to go on tour without a smartphone, straight up, dude.
Yeah, how could you do that? That would freaking suck.
And the thing is, you know what?
Because you know what? You also want to go and, like, I'm going to be, not that I was going to go without an iPhone, but I don't, like, have to set up a bunch of stuff like the musicians in the band do. I mean, I am one of the musicians, but I use my voice, and they use instruments. They use external instruments that I don't use. So I don't really have to set up a ton of stuff. So I have all of this time to go and find some coffee. And I'm going to need Google Maps to do that.
Exactly. But the thing that I've realized coming away from it for a while, which I recommend, by the way, to everybody.
Yeah.
I think everybody should do 3 months I think I did about 5. No smartphone.
Yeah.
Because when you come back, you're like, this is actually the coolest thing that you can own.
That's true. There's so many things that it's wrapped up into one little package. So many things.
I was thinking I paid, it's a 12, so it's not the newest one. I just bought it on eBay. It was like $500. And I was like, this thing is worth like $10,000.
Yeah.
$10,000 would be probably a good deal.
I know.
For what it does.
Isn't that insane?
It's like an amazing camera. Absolutely incredible. It's got a fucking GPS on there. It's got, anything you could think of.
It's got video editing software.
Yeah.
It's got the ability to promote anything that you do. You can sell things on there. You can buy things on there. You can get things sent to your house in a day.
See, another one of my gripes, though, was that the phones are too big. But I didn't realize they made a little mini one again.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got the original size one. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah. So
I totally love it. And I still love the flip phone. And I love taking a break. And guess what? I'm going to do it again. Maybe I'll do 1 month a year.
Yeah, that's probably
a
good idea.
smartphone, little detox. Mm-hmm. Because I'll tell you what, dude, coming back, I'm not bummed about it at all. I'm just like, this is great. Another thing I wanted to say, we live in a post-smartphone world.
Am I supposed to respond to that? I've already heard you say that a bunch.
So,
wow.
The silence was for impact.
Oh, okay.
So the thing is,
did you learn that from TED Talks?
No, I don't know where I learned it. But if I spend less time on my phone, I'm going to be more connected, right? But the thing that you don't realize, well, I guess a lot of people probably do realize this, but I feel less lonely with the phone on me. And I know that people say, Navene, it makes you lonely and all this stuff.
Duh. Why wouldn't you feel less lonely?
Because the prevailing thought is that social media and smartphones make people feel lonely.
I know what you mean, but here's the thing. Addiction,
so I'm saying try it without.
There's having a phone and then there's being addicted to your phone. It's like we were saying earlier, everything in whatever the word is.
Yeah, but we're not moderate with the phones.
I know.
There's no that's the thing. It does so many tasks. It's not possible to be moderate with it.
Yeah, it is. Let's not.
Not really.
I think it is.
Not really, because I need a calculator. Boom, phone. I want a flashlight.
Yeah,
boom,
I think
phone.
most importantly, the moderation is in dealing with social media specifically.
Yeah.
Because every other part of your phone is pretty useful. Social media Social media can be useful, but I think that as far as using everything in moderation, the part of your phone that really applies to is social media, because that is what has the greatest impact on your mental stability and the way you're connecting with everyone else, the way that you're dealing with the reality.
I'm starting to wonder, does it really matter? Because there's oh, there's the Social Dilemma documentary, and we're all gonna be depressed and fucked because of social media or whatever. But I'm like a 36-year-old dude, and I'm not. It actually doesn't bother me.
I just
and
think
it never really did.
But I think that you're one case. It does bother certain people. There are some people who
I just said that I personally am a 36-year-old man.
Yeah.
And I grew up without social media.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, it doesn't really bug me. It's just if I start getting annoyed by social media, I just close it.
Yeah, but I think that just doesn't apply to everyone. So I think that for a lot of people, social media is actually a problem. For you, it's not. But you're good at using it in moderation. So
I think so.
I don't think that everyone is good at that. And I do think that it has a negative impact on people's mental health or the way that they view themselves. And that for a lot of people, it would be useful to take a break from those type of things. And I think that is really the part of your phone that can deteriorate your mental well-being.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't really think that maybe playing like games too much has an impact on you, but even still, I think that there's a benefit to playing a game, more of a benefit to playing a game than like being on Facebook all the time.
Yeah, I get it for sure.
But I know what you're saying. It's not really a problem for you. So it's, that's why you were able to give up your phone for a certain amount of time.
And I still did use my old phone at home sometimes at night.
Yeah, but you're on social media or just on your phone in general a lot less than a lot of people.
Yeah. But I will say there is a huge difference, even that, in having your phone at home on airplane mode with the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And having it on you all the time.
Yeah, totally.
It's like a total difference. But I do try to draw the line, no checking social media when I'm in public. Like that's just...
Yeah,
or I'm not going to be sitting at a restaurant looking at freaking Instagram. That's something I like to do on the couch.
Yeah, or if you're out, if you're like with friends or family, I think it's a little like, let's not be on our phones all the time. Let's talk.
That's not really my problem. My problem is I'll like think of something that I want to look up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
Like, oh, I wonder if they make that. Like, I'll just think of some type of cable or something and like want to go on Amazon and see if it exists.
Totally. And I think that just through you using your flip phone, there are other things, there are other parts of our lives that have been so integrated. Like during the pandemic, it became even huger of a thing for restaurants to use QR code menus.
There you go.
Or to get into Planet Fitness, you went through a whole ordeal to get just the old school tag. Like it took you a day to get that.
I know.
So the
person was nice and found one for me.
Yeah, the person was being really nice. So there are so many parts of living in the modern world.
That's what I'm saying.
That just you kind of have to have a phone now. You have to. Even my grandmother got a phone and I never thought I would see her have one. But it's, the world, the outside world is just so integrated into the cell phone world now.
Yeah. I guess the point that I'm trying to make is I think it gets unfairly demonized.
Yeah, I feel you.
Because when you take a break from it for a while, it sort of just turns the phone back into what it is in your mind. It's just like a device to do stuff on.
Yeah.
But I think if you spend too much time attached to it, like I've had a smartphone for what, the whole time we've been together? That's like 12 years. I've had a smartphone that whole entire time.
Yeah.
And have never taken any substantial time away from it, ever.
Yeah, totally.
So I think people just are starting to forget that it's just this cool device meant for doing cool stuff.
Yeah.
It's not this really serious world that's like, I guess what I'm trying to say is don't like live in that world. Like I'm living in this world and that thing is making this world cooler.
Yeah, that's why everything is better in moderation.
Yeah.
That is what it comes down to. It's you have to use the phone for what it is and not get sucked into the addiction of what a phone can be.
Like, keep in mind that it's a phone.
Yeah.
Like, you hear this all the time, right? People saying, oh, people are only posting their best stuff on Instagram and it looks like... Well, of course that's what you're doing. Of course that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to post the coolest stuff, right? And that's what people that I follow, influencers or whatever, content creator people, they're posting their coolest version of whatever it is they do. And I want to see that. I don't want to see them just walking down the street doing nothing. Of course. So I think that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I don't really see it as being a bad thing.
I just feel like I hear that so much. That social media is like toxic and all this stuff.
Well, it's if you use it too much, for sure. I think that it is toxic for some people.
Yeah. Totally.
I'm
just saying for me, I guess I have a new perspective on the way that
totally. I mean, I think that what you're getting at is that everyone could benefit from gaining that perspective, but that's not.
Yeah.
You have to get there in order to do it.
Yeah.
But I don't. At the same time, I agree with you on the other hand too that a lot of people aren't actually addicted to social media. There are a lot of people who are, but a lot of people aren't. So it is probably overblown in the way that, I think that honestly it's probably more detrimental for kids who grew up with phones.
Think so, yeah.
And I am seeing in friends that we have who have kids, like they won't let their kids get on a phone.
I think that's a good idea.
So I do too, because the having phones I didn't get a cell phone, I think, until we were actually together. I didn't have a cell phone until...
Yeah, you did. You had a BlackBerry.
Okay, yeah. An iPhone I didn't have until a few years after we started dating. But I didn't have a cell phone until I was maybe 19 or 18 years old. So... Well,
even then, it sucked.
Yeah. But imagine...
it just made calls.
To imagine having that in school, throughout school, think of...
That would be weird.
Or just, kids can send naked pictures to each other.
Not a good thing.
Stuff. Or just, being sucked into that. And then I would imagine that the social media thing can really get to you. But at the same time, there are really young kids who have made millions of dollars off of social media.
True.
So it's kids. This double-edged sword where you can really greatly benefit from it. You can do all kinds of things with the internet, whether you're in a band like we are or selling t-shirts, or, you can run a successful business of anything, or use it to heighten your restaurant, get more people to your restaurant. You can use social media for all of these great things. But there is the part where I think that it could fuck with a kid's brain if they don't know how to use it correctly.
If they don't have the boundary of over here is social media. That's one thing.
Right.
And then over here is the real world.
Yeah.
Right. When those things get blurred, I think you're going to have problems.
I absolutely agree. Because, I wonder if what they're doing about that, if they're doing anything about that in schools, teaching kids. Probably not, because school doesn't teach kids any fucking useful thing at all. I was just saying this to Navene yesterday. It would have been great if all of the classes in middle and high school were elective type classes. I wrote for the newspaper in school, but then I took chemistry, which I totally sucked at, and I've never used anything to do with chemistry since the day I left that class.
Right.
So who is it really benefiting to send kids through a bunch of class? Most people know what they want to do when they're fairly young.
I sure did.
Me too. And you could kind of carve your way out. You could carve your way out through these classes that you could take in high school, as opposed to taking, English.
Yeah, I think it's I think it probably was developed. Obviously, I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm just speculating. But it was developed in a time where people didn't have that much access to information.
Yeah.
So they wanted to give people a chance to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And which is a pretty groundbreaking idea. But now, I don't know, man. mean, there's like so much info out there.
I know.
And everybody's so connected. It's just, I don't know. School to me just seems like a huge waste of time.
Me too.
That's why I didn't go.
It seems like kids would be better off just learning stuff on YouTube. I'm serious.
I mean,
you can learn anything
getting a job, like real world experience. I know
Yeah.
that sounds crazy. Well, you're going to make a kid work. I'm not like saying to make child labor by any means.
No, I'm just saying that I think that would be a better way for a kid to learn about who they want to be in the world than sitting in a class and being forced to like get up at the same time every day and go to this like mind numbing class situation for 4 fucking years when they know what they want to do.
Or if you don't want to learn something, learning it is not possible.
Yeah. This is also, I think that any kid who wants to be a scholarly type should have that.
Yeah.
Should be able to do that.
They're going to do
should
that
have
anyway.
the opportunity to go to like a regular high school. If you want to do that, do it. But there's something wrong with the way that education has been forced upon every single kid in the United States like they're the same person.
It's terrible.
But, you know, I do think that elementary school is super beneficial. Elementary school is great. You need to learn to read and write and do simple math, but you could use all of these things like
and learning basic social skills. I mean, like kind of getting along with kids.
Totally.
That kind of stuff.
But
sure, that's a good thing.
Why did I not know how to, like, if I ran my own business, why did I not know how to file those taxes when I got out of high school? Because I'm expected to do that right away. Or how to save money. Wouldn't that be great if someone told you how to like figure out if you want credit, how to use credit to your benefit, how to save money, what to invest money in? Don't all of those things seem like a better idea than learning about like that vinegar and baking soda make a volcano?
Yeah, I think it's madness for sure. But that's definitely my opinion. I'm pretty extreme in that one, though. I'm way out there.
Yeah.
But we should go get the band.
Too. Yeah, we've got to go get the band. But we're stoked to see you guys on tour. The next episode that comes out will be the night that we're playing Seattle. So go see Primordial Atrocity after our show. I'm going to. I'm going to drink some beers in Seattle, watch metal.
Hells to the
Have a good week, you guys.
Yeah, we're super stoked.
Love y'all.
We're going to actually, I always say I'll see you guys next week, but
we're going to
see you motherfuckers next week.
Come and say hi if you listen to the podcast.
Yeah,
we want to hear about it.
All right, peace, motherfuckers.
Love y'all. Have a good week.